Good evening, Blues. Welcome back to another episode of the Andy's Man Club Mersey Blue podcast. So we are here, as always, to offer our thoughts on that ridiculous game in the rain at the Dixie last night against Bournemouth. So let's start off, as always. With me, I've got Carlos. How are you, lad?
I'm okay, yeah. All good, thank you.
Excellent, good to hear. We haven't got Mark with us in person tonight. He is out at sea, but he has sent us a soundbite, which I'm going to play Carl after the end of our full-time analysis. And I just want to give our usual shout-out to our mate Chris Darricott over in the blue corner on YouTube. Drop over, give him a follow and a sub, please. Let him know that his mates at the MBP sent you across. Okay, so we lined up 4-2-3-1, Jordan Pickford in goal, Jake O'Brien right back, Tarkowski and Branthwaite in the middle, Mikolenko left back. In front of them, Garner and Garner Guy. Then our front line, Ilian and Jai, Keenan, Dewsbury Hall and Tyreek George with a start, all backing up Tierno Barry. Okay, so the first half kicks off. Decent start for Everton. We had the ball in the back of the net after 10 minutes. Had the goal chalked off for offside against Ilian and Jai. Typical start of the evening. And then on the half-hour mark, Jimmy Garner takes a free kick. The ball goes in towards the keeper. Keeper fumbles it. There's Tierno Barry, and it would have been easier. Honestly, how the kid missed it. He just blazes it wide from close range. It was a terrible, terrible miss. Yeah, and I think we should really have got the idea of how the night was going to go then. A minute later, Keenan, Dewsbury Hall crosses into the area. There's Illy, unmarked on the far post. Gets a lovely shot off, to be fair. First time shot. Keeper gets down somehow and saves it. And then a couple of minutes before half time, the Blues win a penalty. Branthwaite is pulled down in the area. Up steps Ilian and Jai. He drills a ball low into the bottom corner. 1-0 the Blues, and you think, finally, after a couple of efforts missed, we're on the score sheet. Here we go. Whistle brings an end to a first half where, in all truth, Everton should have been out of sight. Half time, Everton 1, Bournemouth 0. Carl, give us your thoughts.
Yeah, when I seen the team news pop up, I was quite positive, apart from the fact that I would have liked Patterson to play, because obviously he's a right back, and we'll go on to talk about Jake O'Brien in the second half later on. But you want players in their right positions, don't you? And as you say, we started off well. Created some chances, Ilian and Jai and the likes. One of our better players. Passing it around really, really well. Created chances left, right, and centre. Keenan Dewsbury Hall again was my man of the match, along with Jimmy Garner wasn't far behind, and Ilian and Jai. The rest were much of a muchness. To be fair, I thought in the first half, although we created these chances, as you say, Tierno Barry's missed early in the first half. How he missed it is beyond me. And apparently he's been doing some extra training with some striking coaches. I don't know who the fuck it was, but it certainly wasn't Lukaku. So it's definitely a bit dodgy there. So, we created these chances, and as you say, we got the penalty. Stonewall penalty, 100%. I'm surprised we get given these things, because we never get them, do we? You and I know, and we've spoken even with Mark on the pods before, we don't get decisions by the referee. So to get a penalty and to actually score, it was a decent shot that he took the penalty, and it just went in past the goalie. I thought he'd saved it at one point, and in slow motion. It was straight into the corner, 1-0, half time. Impressed. But then, I don't know what went wrong in the second half, but we seem to have this voodoo with the Hill Dickinson at the minute. It's a new stadium and this, that, and the other, but we can't seem to win there.
Yeah, the other side always seems to win, isn't it? Isn't it something like 6 losses we've had now?
I think it was up to yesterday. Before yesterday, it was 4-4 and 4. So we won 4, drew 4, lost 4. So now it's obviously 5 defeats. And, for the fact that we could have, again, we've Evertoned it again, yet again. We could have gone up to 5th or 6th place with the win. I know this match is kicking off now, but that would have been a real confidence boost. And now we've just really thrown it away. All the good work that we've done in the previous games, the Fulham game especially, to get the 3 points, the teams have just thrown it away now.
Yeah, it's so fucking frustrating, isn't it? They've like done a Spurs and like bottled it again, haven't they? And we could have went above the red shite as well. But oh well, I digress. We've got more fun and games for you in the second half. Believe me, it gets worse. Let's go to a word from our amazing sponsor, Andy's Man Club. Life is hard, and we all have bad days. There are times when we feel we can't cope. This is the time we need to reach out and talk to someone. Andy's Man Club offers local support groups nationwide, running every Monday from 7 p.m, except on bank holidays. In these groups, men can open up about the issues affecting their lives in a safe, non-judgmental environment. Our clubs are designed to be free of pressure. There is no obligation for men to speak, they can simply listen if they wish. Find us today at www.andysmanclub.co.uk. Help one guy, save one life. Andy's Man Club, it's good to talk. The second half starts, 54 minutes, Ilian Jai races into the area. He crosses the ball over to Thierry Barry. And I mean, to be fair, the kid did get a decent shot off, but it got blocked by a defender. And then, wouldn't you know it, shortly after, just on the hour, Bournemouth equalised. The ball's crossed into the box, I think it was Truffert. He found Ryan at the far post. He just heads it home to level the score at 1-1. I think it was Mikolenko who was with him. A bad goal to give up for me, to be fair. And then Everton do a quick double substitution. They bring Harrison Armstrong on for Tyreek George, and Beto comes on for the misfiring Thierry Barry. 2 minutes later, goes from bad to worse, and Bournemouth score again. Second goal in 3 minutes, and I'm not going to fucking defend it. A bit like Everton, really. A long ball comes in from a free kick. It's like a diagonal long ball that comes in. The lad gets a header and puts it across the 6-yard box, and there's Adley who heads home, virtually unchallenged again. Close range, giving Pickford no chance. 2-1 Bournemouth. Yeah. I'm losing the will to live. 5 minutes later, and it goes from bad to worse again. Jake O'Brien is shown a red card. Bournemouth launched a counter-attack. O'Brien was the last man. The ball gets crossed over the halfway line. Man runs. I think it was Adley. O'Brien goes with him. There's a bit of a meeting of the two, and the lad goes down. Bit soft for me, but by the letter of the law, if he's the last man, it's a red card. Late chances from Ilian Jai, Jimmy Garner and Beto all failed to break that deadlock and grab us an equaliser. Michael Keane replaced Mikolenko deep into time added on. The whistle goes to a chorus of boos from around the Dixie as Everton waste a chance to climb above the shite. And another home game at our brand new stadium ends in defeat. Sorry for the negativity, but it's just another kick in the balls. Thanks, Everton. Carl, give us your thoughts.
Yeah, I thought, as you say, the second half started and we had a couple of chances. Ilian and Jai, and as you say, the chance from Thierry Barry that he should have done better with. I thought at that point, to go 2-0 off would have been brilliant. And I'm not sure I can't remember whether it was the first goal or the second goal that I'll go on to talk about. But one of them, I thought, when they crossed it in, I thought the player was offside because he went to head it. And I think they said on the commentary, because he didn't make connection with it, he wasn't interfering with play, sort of thing. So, and obviously, that Ryan got the ball and stuck it in the net. 1-1. They probably deserved. They were coming back into it at that point. And I thought, as you say, 1-1. I would have took a draw. The Bournemouth are a decent side. We can take anybody to the cleaners on the day, as we know from this time last year when we played them. And we were 2-0 up with like 3 or 4 minutes to go. We still lost. So, it's games like that you worry. So, as I say, they equalised, and then they went on 3 or 4 minutes later, went and scored again. And unbelievable. I was absolutely tearing what little hair I've got left out at that point. To be 2-1 down. It's absolutely ridiculous. But, they probably deserved to be 2-1 up at that point. We weren't playing that well at all. And again, towards the end of the second half, we created more chances, just couldn't put it in. And as you say, for me, it wasn't really a red card. It was a 50-50 chance. And any of them red card decisions were the 50-50. for me, I think we just don't get the benefit of the doubt. That's all. So, it's got bad, hit and miss, whether it was a red card sending off or not, but it is what it is. We're going to miss him for 3 games now, straight red, so it might give Patterson a chance to actually play a right back at right back, since we didn't buy one in January, so again, created a few more chances at the end, but, all in all, another defeat at the Dixie, which I think is getting horrendously bad now. I mean, whenever Everton get in these positions, we all know that there's no point in getting your hopes up saying that they will win, because they always bottle it. Always bottle it. I can't remember the last time we actually got to a position like this, and we took advantage and we actually won the game. To go into like the top 5 or 6, especially with not playing for the next 10 days. And again, that being United, to close the gap on them, with them only ending up with a draw at West Ham, would have been a fantastic result for us. We just couldn't deal with it, so really disappointed in the end.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of that. That is what the difference is between those sort of top 6, top 7 sides and everybody else. So Mark has sent us a soundbite over. So let's hear Mark's thoughts.
Hey, good afternoon, boys from the North Pacific. Checking in this week just outside of Hawaii. Was able to listen to the match yesterday, and I'll keep it short. When you listen to the match and then you're following along in the message groups, it sounds like it was an absolute disaster. But I got to tell you, my take after watching the highlights, I'm upset that we have the loss, but I'm not terribly upset at the level of play. I would venture to say that our failure to convert was more detrimental to the cause than any kind of defensive lapse. When we look at the goal that was conceded, the first one, I feel that Mikolenko had his man marked. I suppose maybe he could have gotten elevated enough to head it away, but I think it was just a really well-placed ball. And Rhea, or whatever that guy's name is, he played it just perfectly. He got up and over him. I feel that the second goal they scored was offside. I mean, it's clear. It definitely would have been offside had the roles been reversed and it was blue shirt scoring. The guy making the play on the cross in was the closest to the goaltender, and he was well beyond any of our defenders before it was even kicked in. I guess I don't know the finer points of the rule, but that's offside as far as I can tell. Then, of course, you got 3 guys watching him make that initial header, and then Harrison Armstrong was following his guy in way too late, similar to the play that Dwight McNeil was lax on a couple of games ago. Barry's second miss should have him up all night for the foreseeable future. That was terrible. He should have gone short side. But I can't really fault him for the first one. That was a very tough rebound to corral. I understand we pay him a lot of money to be able to make such plays, but you're not always going to get those. When you follow the message threads and listen to the game, it sounds like it was a sitter, but it wasn't. That was a tough ball to play. Jake O'Brien getting the red card at like the 66-minute mark, I don't understand that at all. And again, maybe I don't fully understand the rules, but he's headed upfield in line with the ball, but the ball bends, right? It's arcing, and he makes a play on it. I think he even got a touch on it. In any event, that was not a flagrant foul. He didn't shove the guy over. He wasn't even looking at the guy. He just ran into him. And then ultimately, it's pouring down the whole match. You can't blame the guys for not having a perfect game playing in those weather conditions. I understand that Bournemouth was playing in those conditions as well. Definitely disappointing. I think the fact that we haven't won at home since December and that we had a chance to move up over Liverpool made it feel a lot worse than it really was. It is a loss. It is a loss of 3 points, and we may have a tough road ahead being able to try to win those points back against tougher teams and on the road. But, it is what it is. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. I did feel that when KDH took the ball back to the top of the area after Barry's second miss, he could have given it back to a wide open Barry, or Idrissa Gana Gueye was coming down the middle and he chose to shoot and it got nicked away. But it is what it is. I looked at the stats on SofaScore, and it didn't reflect the battering that the commentary would have you believe that it was. We escaped with the lead in the first by not having a great half, but we ended up conceding 2 goals in the second half, in which we had a statistically better showing, even though we had lost Jake O'Brien. So we had a chance to leapfrog Liverpool. We did not, but Everton, aren't we? And up the fucking toffees. See you boys next match.
Okay, Mark. Thanks for that, mate. So we're going to leave it there. Like Carl had touched on there, we've now got a break. I think it's like 10 days. We return to action against Man U on Monday, the 23rd of February. At the Dixie. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. It probably will be on Sky Sports, it being like the Monday Night Football. Nice to see you again, Carl. Catch you on here, mate. Thanks for jumping on and doing that thing you do, my mate.
No problem, mate. It's even a pleasure. It's just the fact that, because it wasn't a better result,
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Marco, for your contribution, mate. We do appreciate it. We'll catch you all in a couple of weeks' time. Up the fucking toffees.